Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Talking Movies. My name is Josh.
I'm Chris.
Hey,
I'm Randall. Got nothing today.
All right. Well,
I need to think about it more, like starting like earlier in the week now. I got homework.
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta add that to your list of to-dos. Oh well. Well, we are talking about Chris's pick this week, getting back into the swing of thing in 2026. This is Leviathan from 1989.
The intelligence of its victim.
Thank goodness you're still alive.
When are you coming?
I say we protect ourselves.
Leviathan.
Chris, what is this movie about?
It is about a group of, well, like underwater miners. They're saying underwater and mining for something. I don't remember what it was, but it was
Uh,
some, I think, fictitious, made up, unobtainium. Um,
yeah.
Netherite.
James Cameron might come after me for saying that, but yeah, they're mining for whatever. They get two of the people are in their underwater suits, and they kind of get like kind of lost or whatever, and they find this old Russian sunken ship, and well, he brings back a flask of alcohol and a bottle of vodka and whatever. And of course, you drink the mysterious stuff from the from the
From
They've
the
been they've been
mysterious wreck.
yeah. They've been underwater too long. They
yeah. I mean, I think they even mention beforehand, like they all died from some like disease or something, and they still drank it.
So let's share a cup.
Yeah.
hmm
Um,
I
so
almost
yeah,
thought this was a parody a little bit. Anyway,
it
go ahead.
turns them into weird like fish monster thing.
Goop
Yeah.
creatures, yeah,
Yeah.
mutants, yeah. So this is Alien meets The Thing underwater, basically,
Yeah.
with like 10% of the budget, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sounds about right.
And I think it came out the same year as The Abyss.
Yes. So this did come out before the Abyss.
Yeah, I
I
was
Wow,
like this way
memory.
better than the Abyss.
very
Do you
interesting.
think this is better than the Abyss?
I didn't say that. I said I like it
Yeah.
better than the Abyss.
That's a big
I haven't
difference.
seen the Abyss in a little while, but I've got it. I'll rewatch it soon. But I'm pretty confident that this was the one I preferred over the Abyss. Or that this out of the two, this is the one I liked better.
Okay,
Bring back some
we
memories, didn't
we did that one.
Not that long ago.
it?
I
Yeah,
think
this
Was
it's
it
is
last year or the
been
year before?
I
eight
think it was a
months or
little over a
something.
year ago because it was the first movie I watched on my projector when I actually like put up my projector.
Nice.
Okay.
Um, so and that was right when the 4K came out. So I think it's been
Yeah.
about a year and a half ago, but not too long.
I mean, I
Yeah,
like the Abyss. I wasn't trying to
yeah. I
trash
remember us
it.
all being
Yeah.
having quite a good time with it. But
Wasn't trying to trash it. I prefer this one, but we'll get into why here in a little bit.
Yeah, Best isn't really a horror movie. It's got some
true.
horror elements, but it's more like Aliens that's
No, this movie is way more my speed, just based
more,
on such
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
yeah. I can see
yeah.
that. I can see
That
that.
makes sense.
I typed in YouTube. I was like Leviathan BTS footage and just got a couple of behind the scenes things in real quick, and they were talking about how they knew that the Abyss was about to come out, and George P. Cosmatos was like, "We're gonna show Cameron who's boss" or something like that. Like, okay, we're gonna show him.
Statements
Oh,
that don't age very well.
we're gonna show him how it's done. Is what they said. Yeah,
Ooh,
it's like
they sure showed him.
they showed him. uh,
That's pretty hilarious,
Yeah.
actually.
I don't know
so
about that, but oh, I did like the movie. It was pretty awesome. I mean, I knew what I was kind of getting in for. I knew it wasn't going to be like The Thing or Alien, but
yeah,
it's essentially a B movie kind of. But it's It was fun. It
There's
was
a ton of
it was
people we
awesome.
recognize though. It's got a ton of people that we recognize from other movies. I mean, freaking RoboCop's in this one.
Yeah.
Peter Weller.
Daniel
Old buddy from Home
Stern.
Alone, Daniel
Yeah,
Stern.
who just got picked up for soliciting prostitutes,
Wait,
and
seriously?
he's like 90 years old. Yeah,
Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
Did
been
he
in the news
really?
recently. Yeah,
He's like just playing this character in real life.
that sounds like it.
For real.
Just a total horn dog.
Yeah,
But there was tons of people we recognized, and then the two women that were in the movie were both just real nice to look at. They were both very pretty ladies. I mean, their acting abilities were whatever, but they were both very attractive women. So I don't know. It was a fun movie, man.
yeah, yeah. Dug it. It's been on my list for a while,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's not the most like I think it's a fairly popular movie, but yeah, it's not a classic like the other movies we mentioned are. So,
Yeah. I
um,
remember hearing about it like years back when I got more into horror stuff and heard that the effects were cool and it was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
kind of like The Thing or something, you know. It was like, okay.
The effects were definitely pretty fun.
Stan
They didn't have
Winston.
enough of it, but it was fun.
Stan
I think
Winston
it
has
had like
good
a
effects.
Fangoria of it or something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think there was like a Fangoria I had rolling around that had like all the breakdown of their effects and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I love
It
stuff
was
like
like I
that.
remember in its time it was pretty wild. But now that I look at it, I'm like, oh, they severed the arm off and it walked away. Like I could tell a couple things were like a straight up puppet. I was like, there's
Yeah.
a dude's hand in there. Like nee, nee, nee. It was
yeah, that's awesome.
I think it's awesome too.
Yeah. The effects are definitely the highlight of the movie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Because the plot is absolute.
It's a bunch
I mean,
of techno babble. It's
But
like a
yeah,
bunch of
beyond
babble
the
words.
the basic plot of like that is exactly Alien and The Thing, like those plot points, yeah, it is complete techno babble. It's like
Yeah.
it's nonsense, complete nonsense. I was like,
And it's funny, like at the beginning of the movie when I texted you guys last night, right? There's a guy who's like about to implode in his suit or
uh-huh.
explode in his suit. They can't make, they're like saying he'll explode, and I'm like, no, he won't, he'll implode. And anyway, like Peter Weller's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, just punching random buttons, punching random buttons, punching random buttons. I'm like, this guy's in charge of the boat, right? And he doesn't know what to do. And then they're trying to communicate, and nobody can figure out what each other's saying. I mean, I was like, wow, they're doomed. And every single technological aspect of this movie was like that. No buttons worked, no suits worked. Like everything was just like on the edge, and they have this big countdown anyway. It's
Yeah, I love that old 80s technology though.
oh dude, I
Oh,
was
me
laughing
too.
my ass off. Totally. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I
It kind of evened out though after a while. And I was like, oh yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I hated this movie because I loved aliens and I loved The Thing, but this movie was like in between heaven and hell. But just couldn't make up his mind. I couldn't rationalize it as a kid. So I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. It had been on my list for a long time, but I kind of gotten the feeling that it wasn't that great, so I'd never pushed play on it. And it was cool in moments, but it definitely is a little disappointing. Like even for like the sets and the actors and stuff that they had, it's pretty shitty. It's the first half of this movie kind of put me to sleep.
It does take a while to get going.
it's
Yeah.
it's pretty rough, It's it's a little bit of a slog. And the actors are kind of wasted, I think. They don't have any really good lines or anything, but there's some fun
Peter
sequences.
Weller struggled too, man. He doesn't have like I don't know.
Well, he's not a leading man type of guy unless he's in a
No.
robot suit.
I like Peter Weller a lot. I just think he has nothing to do in the movie.
Yeah.
Like
True.
he just doesn't the script doesn't give him anything to do. Yeah, he's great in RoboCop. He's good in stuff like Naked Lunch. So, like he's a good actor.
Yeah. And I liked him in this too. But yeah, it just wasn't, the characters weren't very deep. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's
We needed more boobs. We didn't get enough because we didn't get any.
I
could have
agree.
used a little bit of that.
It honestly, like it needed to go one way or the other. It needed to
Right.
be better or worse. It's like a little bit caught in the middle. If it was more of a Roger Corman, like what was that? That
Yeah.
that space movie where like the
Yeah.
ship is literally made out of egg cartons and
I,
Those are
stuff.
the best movies of all time.
I forget the name of it.
Was Star
oh
Crash?
man.
I think it was Star Crash.
I think it's
Something
Star
like
Crash.
that.
That's
Something
see,
like that.
that's now we're getting into my territory where that's the science fiction shit I
If it
love.
was straight up exploitation and yeah, leaned
A bunch
into
of
it
like
a little
Star
bit
Wars
more,
ripoffs and shit underwater.
I could have I could have had a lot more.
Monster holds her prisoner.
Yeah, I could have had a
Yes,
lot more.
dude.
Yeah,
Yes.
it would have been more fun. It just like, the movie's not that fun,
Dude,
unfortunately.
Leviathan 6 would probably be the best one of the franchise.
That's
I
true.
had a lot of fun with it, man. I thought it was really like when
Oh,
I
I
was
enjoyed it.
really watching it, I was laughing a lot. And I was just like,
Yeah.
this is just unbelievable.
The,
Um,
the second
I
half is much better.
It ends stronger than it starts, that's for sure. So if you're not thinking too much about the first half, you're like, no, that was a good time.
Hey, the
the
last
ending was the
line,
worst part.
the last line, open wide,
Yeah.
motherfucker, whatever it is like, and he just like jumps up in the water and is like, it's just like such an awkward
I
shot.
mean,
There's
Yeah,
like
Ernie.
when they're getting on the chopper, I just finished this movie like 5 minutes ago.
Oh
Anyway,
wow.
when they're getting on the chopper, you can tell that the chopper blades are blowing the water like straight into their faces. They're all like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, that must have been hell. You're trying to shoot that scene, probably ripping their eyeballs out.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Ernie
terrible.
Ernie Hudson had a really good line too, like a little toward the end. I was looking it up. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think he was talking to the like the lady that was running the company or whatever.
Like, this is
What
the
did
most unlucky day ever, or something like that. Yeah, I remember what line it was because I was like, man, that was choice right there, just right in it.
I'm looking at the IMDb quotes page. Let's see what we
so
got
yeah,
here.
when they throw the dynamite in the sea monster, it was say hi, motherfucker.
Oh, there you go. I mean, these are
Um,
that's pretty bad
literally
Peter
dialogue.
Weller.
lines that are um
Parker came up with them.
well, it's the thing. Like Kurt Russell at the end when he throws the dynamite, it's
Yeah.
that. It's literally that, except they just like
Dude,
tweak it just a little
I
bit.
was watching this and I was like, this is a parody. Like, this is not to be taken seriously. This
Yeah.
surely not. And then I was like, yeah, well,
I mean, if that's the case, it makes it even better.
Open wide, motherfucker. You know? I don't know. Yeah,
yeah, they don't have Ernie Hudson's other line in there. I'm bummed because it was really good. I got a good laugh out of me.
I just the the names of these guys too
Six
is
pack.
Dude, that was so dumb.
six pack.
so dog, six pack dies and they don't even show it. The next scene is like him on a gurney or
This
something.
movie is
Yeah.
horribly edited. I don't like it's really choppy. And there's like just sequences missing. I'm like I don't I guess
Dude,
didn't work or something. Like they shot them. That's what I think. It's
Maybe,
not,
yeah.
like they shot things that were like, oh, just this doesn't work, or the camera shook or something. So we can't.
throw that part out. That's
Yeah,
fine.
we just gotta get through this, guys. Like, I didn't hate it. I don't want to just like rag on it, but I feel like the
It
most
definitely
of the.
sounds like you loved it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be an asshole, but it's it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah,
Just
I
I had
can't
a
kind of
great
see
time.
like
It was fun, Chris.
yeah, I kind of knew it was gonna be yeah,
torture.
a B movie
Torture.
essentially. So
Jerry Seinfeld.
Like
It's all the
if you
future
want to
tech.
give everyone like funny nicknames like six pack or something, fine. I can get on board with that. But one of the other guys' name is De Jesus, which is like the most like awkward name to say. They kept saying that name over and over again, and I'm like,
I love it.
If
It makes it really hard
it
to
felt
watch.
like, yeah, it felt like they were just like tripping over the guy's
I
name
mean,
every time. Like,
dude,
why would you use it? Like,
De Jesus does not roll off the tongue. Let's be honest.
exactly. I was like, why? Like, you wrote this.
Dude, if I,
You don't have to make it more complicated.
they're like Peter Weller. What'd you just call him? He's like, I just started calling him DJ, bro. I'm not calling him De Jesus no more. I can't say that shit.
Right. I was like, I know people have that name, but you don't have to put that in the movie. It's just like, it's just a bad name for dialogue. I don't know. Little stuff like that. I was just like, all right, this is the movie that this is.
So how'd you
That's the
come
kind of stuff
across
that I
this
don't
one,
even
Chris?
recognize until we're talking about it later. Like I didn't even track
Hell
that that
yeah.
happened.
I didn't either, man. I didn't think
Yeah.
about the guy's name being the stumbling block for the whole script, but maybe so, you know.
I'm just nitpicking.
I kind of figured
this is
Josh
what
would
I
be the odd man out
this is what
on this one.
this is what I got. This is what I can bring to the table. Sorry. All right, y'all tell me what you like,
You
Randy. I
can't
know
bring
this
a
is
flask to the table, Josh. We can all drink out of it. Maybe
I
get
got
sick as
a well,
shit.
I got a little whiskey here. Randy, I know you've seen this one a few times,
Yeah,
right?
I've seen it a bunch of times. I just like the movie, man. It's like it's because it is an amalgamation of movies that I really love that are great movies, but it's like a schlocky version of all of it.
Yeah.
And it's one that I don't watch often. So whenever it comes time to watch it, it's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen Leviathan in forever. I throw it on, I'm like, cat, that was fun. You know, it's not something that I'm like, damn, dude, this one needs to be on my shelf next to like The Void and all like, Evil
Right.
Dead 2013. No, 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 no. It ain't that kind of movie. But it is one that needs to be on my shelf. Like it needs to be there. I need to watch this movie more often. It needs to be something I watch on the big screen in here. I watched it with Parker, which might be part of the reason why I had it so much fun because he was laughing and giggling the whole time, talking about people's hands getting chomped and like bugs flying out of the wall. People, not bugs, but like little monsters and such.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, this is just like the kind of movie I watched as a youngster on VHS is exactly this. I'd go to Blockbuster with my dad, and we wouldn't get some of the new releases because they would be gone. So we were like, well, we're gonna watch something, and it would always be something like this, and then like a Jackie Chan movie, and then like a Charles Bronson movie. It was never like Bruce Lee and Bruce Willis. It was never the Bruces. It was always Jackie
Right.
Chan and Charles Bronson or Jean-Claude Van Damme or like So I watched a lot of this stuff with my dad. Now I don't know that this movie was watched with my dad. It might very well have been. Wouldn't surprise me at all. But it reminds me of those days sitting in my dad's recliner watching these movies at his house and just on a 27-inch square TV, just late at night watching Leviathan on VHS, and then I remember, waking up when you hear like the to the rewind, automatic rewind. You're like, oh, what?
Mm.
Huh? Oh, it's over. Okay, stumble into your bedroom and fall asleep. Wake up the next day and watch the second half all over again because you fell asleep during it. Like, you know, this is it's just memories is all it really is. It's not a quality film. It's just something I enjoy.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to understand that that's what I get out of these movies. I just get this feeling of nostalgia of like watching all my movie preferences outside of like extreme horror stuff stem from something that has to do with my dad. Like, because he was the movie guy. Like when I was a youngster, he wasn't into music. He was into movies. Like he was the first person I ever can recall that had a movie collection, and it was vast. It was much bigger than the shit we've got. Dude, he
Oh
had
yeah.
VHS tapes like wall to wall, floor to ceiling, bro. Like it was incredible. I remember when he moved one time, he got rid of like 7 or 8 big ass boxes, and we still had to go to the house and put all these fucking movies up everywhere. He had drawers full of them. It was crazy, dude. He had,
Wow.
dude, probably thousands of movies.
I never
Like,
knew that. Yeah, I know you. We've
Yeah,
talked
neither.
about
yeah,
the
yeah. I never really
your
thought
dad's
about it
love
until
for
like right
movies.
this second that he
The
used to have that collection. Like it was in our dining room for the house. The one I'm thinking of like right now, we had a hardwood floor, and in the dining room we had like this little ass table, but behind the table was just fucking movies, dude. It was awesome, man. But like a
that
lot of it was stuff I didn't care
explains.
for. He liked a lot of John Wayne stuff. I didn't like that. He watched a lot of war movies. So that's how I got to like in Full Metal Jacket was because that's the one that out of all the war movies that I could handle, I could stomach that movie. It was like it was put together well. It wasn't boring. Some of those war movies are real boring because there's a lot of dialogue. But that one was like action packed and it was like kind of to the point. Whereas Apocalypse Now gets a little abstract. I like it as an adult, but as a kid I wasn't into that one at all.
Hmm.
Uh, but Full Metal Jacket's always been one I've enjoyed. But yeah, my
It's a
dad had
good
a
one.
whole. I kind of forgot that he had all those movies. To be honest with you, like I hadn't even thought about that in 20 years, dude.
Maybe
It just kind of like clicked in my head, like, oh shit, you remember Dad had those movies? I wonder if my sister remembers that.
Explains a
Probably some
little.
good stuff.
Explains a little bit of the collecting bug you have. I bet.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Dude, he used to, man, I remember one year for he got his income tax and he was about as good with money as I was at like 16. And he literally gave me $1,000 at Target and
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, go get whatever you want." And I was like, "I can spend all of this." He's like, "Yeah, your sister's got some too." And I was like, "You gave each of us 1,000." I mean, we were like, dude, I was maybe 12. Like
Jeez.
I was like Bricken's age or younger. Oh,
$1,000 is worth more back then than it is now,
bro,
too.
that's what I'm
the
saying.
hell?
Yeah.
So
Shopping cart full of candy.
It's like if
no,
I
I
gave.
actually ended up. My dad was. I think he knew me pretty well, man. I saved a bunch of that money, but I filled up my shopping cart with music and movies. I got exactly the same thing I'd buy right now if I had extra money. I
Right.
bought like probably like $150 worth of music. Like, I bought like 6 or 7 CDs, and then I just filled up my cart with movies, VHS tapes. I had probably 30 movies that I bought. I mean, I bought a ton of stuff, and I just put some of the
Leopards,
money,
Motley Crue,
and then I saved.
Cinderella.
No, I actually got Bone Thugs and Harmony, Aerosmith,
Oh,
and
Nice.
no. Dang, I
Aerosmith.
remember all
yeah, I was
this,
young,
man.
dude. Because this is like an important memory, man. I started buying
Yeah, it's
music
awesome.
of my own taste at, like right then. I remember I bought Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. I bought Appetite for Destruction at some point. I remember very clearly buying And Justice for All and not liking it because it didn't sound like Ride the Lightning and
Mhm.
Kill 'Em All.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't
And
like that album when it came out. Yeah.
yeah, but I was like little, and I was like, dude, this doesn't. I don't like this. It's too something about it. But now I know that it's
Too
just a better
studio.
produced,
Yeah.
better written album. But like, yeah, I have a lot of like these little blip memories where they're not real thick. They're just moment in time memories. I remember buying that stuff at Target. I just remember being like shocked that he would give me $1,000, and I bought a VCR and a bunch of movies. And then I got home and I remember I had stacks of movies. Yeah, my dad and I we used to go to Blockbuster every single time I went to his house. We would go get like probably 4 or 5 movies for the weekend. My sister and I would each get to pick one out, and then my dad would pick out like either 2 or 3, and we'd have movies the whole weekend. That's all we do is watch movies
Oh,
and like play
yeah.
outside.
Blockbuster was like a Friday ritual.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, dude.
Oh,
My
yeah.
dad
What was the
had
last holdout here? What was that? That they had like a used store, like Video Express or something like that. They had like two
Exchange, like movies
locations.
Movie
exchange.
Exchange was the
Movie
one I
Yeah,
cried.
Exchange,
I
bro.
cried
that was the
physical tears when
last
that place
one.
closed on the Westheimer location. I was so sad.
Dude.
COVID killed it.
Yep.
I was bummed, man.
Yeah,
I
that
used
one
to go
hurt.
there a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, you could get
Yes.
sweet deals, and you could buy like 10 movies in there for $100 and be
Dude, they
pretty
had like all
right for a
kinds of cool
while.
shit in there. They had a whole stack of steel books that were in this like glass cabinet. And if you talk to the manager and you were like, "Hey man, how long have you had that one?" They'll reduce the price. If they've had it for more than a few months, they're like, "Dude, whatever. It's $30. You can have it for 20. You can have it for 15. I don't care. Just get rid of it. Let's buy it." They weren't paying anything for those movies, so
Oh yeah, I
they
sold
didn't
some stuff
care.
to them. They wouldn't give you nothing for them, but
Dude, they used to call me. They call like Carissa probably remembers this. They used to call me and be like, "Hey, we got a horror collection. You want to come look through it?" I'd go up there and just buy them straight from the counter. Like it happened
Dang.
3 or 4 times. Like when we lived in Katy.
That's cool.
we used to
Yeah.
do sales too. It would be like, like 5 for $20 or something like. I can't even
Yeah.
remember
No,
anymore. But
that
they
sounds
used
Three,
about
to,
get
right.
one free.
they
Five
had
for 20 on
sales.
Blu-rays or
Yeah, they
some
would have.
shit.
Oh, buy two get one free. I think they did used to do that stuff like that. I'd go up
Buy two
there.
get one's great. I love that. You get 3 movies for like real good price. Dude, that's a great
Yeah,
feeling.
there was one at Westheimer and Highway 6 for
That's
a
the one I
while.
went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I lived close by there. My first apartment when Tori and I moved out of my parents' house. That
Ether
was
was
my
right there too.
one. That was my one. Like, we were poor, so I couldn't afford anything. We didn't even have internet for a while, I think. So, but every week, every other week, we'd go buy a couple of things, so we'd have something to watch at home. Go buy a season of The Sopranos or something.
Hell yeah, get something worth your money, right?
Keep you
Right.
Josh, where
alive.
did you live over there?
Right at some like real shitty apartments right between I was off of Highway 6,
I was off
right
Highway 6.
yeah, right between Bel Air and Beach Neck.
Oh, yeah. Oh
It's
yeah, I
like
used to
car
do a lot of
break-in
stuff over
city.
there.
The street
All
was
down Westheimer.
Empanada. It was
Let's
right next to
go.
the flea market.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So if you
If
go
you have
down
anything of
Westheimer,
value in your car, it's getting stolen.
Oh man,
oh for sure.
it was a 2 bedroom apartment for was it $600 a month or something like that? It was
Ooh.
yeah.
So if you go from that movie exchange place towards Beltway 8, and there's a light before you get to Dairy Ashford. It's not Dairy Ashford, it's right before that. If you turn left, there's an apartment complex. That's where I used to live, right there. And I used to walk up to that place. I used to walk over to this little taco truck, and that's where I first discovered that I liked tortas and horchata. Was at that place, man. Dude, I spent a lot of years over there. But we had a two-bedroom apartment. It was probably around 600-700 bucks a month, and that's where I ended up with my first dog. I got Poncho when I lived in that apartment. Yeah, dude, like good and bad times. That's where I got bit by that spider, and almost died. Was in that apartment complex.
Damn.
Yeah, I lived there for a while, man. I lived there for like I actually was probably the first place I ever signed additional leases after my first one. I didn't usually make it through a lease, bro. I was like 12 months off, a long time to not get fucking behind on bills. Like, uh,
You got bit by a spider and almost died.
dude, I got bit by a wolf spider
Yeah.
about 2 inches from my dick, bro. Almost died.
So my ex-wife got bit when we first moved by a black widow on her inner thigh and almost died. It like put her into damn near a coma and shit.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Dude, I went from being like fine and like within a few hours I thought I mean I had such high fever. My mom was screaming at the doctors because they wouldn't admit me to the ER.
God,
And I had a knot the size of like a golf ball, about the same hardness
crazy.
too, on the inside of my thigh, right by my shit, dude. And it was like they were like, "Hey,
So
do you do any kind of
apparently,
sports?" They asked if I wrestled. They thought it was staph.
Oh.
And as soon as
because
they
it's
cut it
your
open, and like
yeah,
I heard it hit the lady's like smock.
Ooh.
It was like
creepy.
and I could feel the pressure because they gave me a shot to give me like to get like dead in the area, and then they pulled out this big ass blade. They stuck it straight in there and pulled it across, and I felt the pressure relief like immediately, and then I basically passed
Creepy.
out. And I woke up later and they had stuffed a literal tampon in the hole because it was so big. They're like, we can't sew it up. You're gonna have to flush it. And I was like, I gotta flush this. Oh, bro, thinking about that makes me want to throw up because it was so. No, I had to walk on crutches for like almost a week, dude. It was that big of a cut in my leg. It was
Damn,
horrible.
dude.
That was terrifying,
So
dude. The doctor said if you hadn't got in here, my mom's like, don't even tell us this because you guys weren't letting us in here. I was like, when I got there, I kind of stumbled in, but by the time they saw me, I was literally laying on the floor of the ER, like delirious. I don't remember anything. I couldn't see anything. I was sweating. I had 104 something fever. It was crazy. It was bad.
Yeah,
her
spiders are bad. Yeah, I know a friend that almost
Really?
lost his leg. He got bit on the knee and almost lost his leg, because he was similar story to yours.
Dude, it
But
was,
It's
I
like
didn't even
it
feel the
hits your
bite, dude. I just
thigh. Like
suddenly
there's
wasn't
like
feeling good.
big fat arteries in your thigh or something, and I guess
yeah.
the juices get into
Yeah,
those
they're like
main
they're like
arteries
it's
and they
all
just
warm and moist in there because he's sweating from sitting outside smoking cigarettes. That's what I was doing. I was sitting outside smoking a cigarette when it happened.
sweating your
Oh,
inner
buddy.
thighs.
Yeah, right by my
What's
big
wrong
old
up
balls.
there?
Yeah.
I got a good place to sink
A
my
comfortable place to
choppers.
kill somebody. Thanks, Spider.
Damn.
Appreciate it. I
Thanks,
couldn't have just
man.
got fucking superpowers, dude. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Leave my
At
nuts
least it
alone.
didn't go
Nobody
any
leaves my
further.
nuts.
It could have that would have been
Dude, I will say this. The doctor told me with a straight face that I was probably within a half hour of losing my entire manhood. He said very close to dying, but he's like, that was almost a certainty. He's like, if it had been any closer, but he's like, we don't know what we would have done because you'd have had some infections that you don't want. He's like, did it hurt when you had to urinate? I'm like, excruciatingly bad. He's like, yeah. He's like, you had an infection all up in there. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I had
It's like the
antibiotics. I couldn't
closest
work for like
call.
almost a month, bro. It was bad. I was on antibiotics for a long time, dude. It zapped me. Maybe not a month, but a couple weeks at least. It was a long time. It was long enough to where it messed up our money pretty bad. Like I didn't have savings of any kind.
right.
But I was out
Wonder
of
why
work
you
for a
had that
long
big
time.
bottle of Viagra's.
Do what?
What? You
So-
can't just stop
so-
when
I said I always wondered why you had that big bottle of Viagra's.
Oh man, that's just so I
Spider
can
bite.
keep going after I bust. I want to be a machine, sir. I'm trying to burn calories.
All right, let me mark this down so I
Spider-Man
can
over
cut this
here.
out of the podcast.
Oh man.
Well,
Yeah, dude.
at least you didn't get
Poison.
bit by one of these huge spiders in this movie we're talking
Right?
about.
I liked
So
the
dumb.
creatures in the movie, honestly. They were all there because there was a couple different kinds and they were weird looking.
Yeah,
And the people had like no survival instinct in this movie, bro. Like none.
zero.
No,
I love
terrible.
the older guy, the doctor.
Yeah.
Forget
It's the
it. Yeah.
worst.
At one point, he's going out to do something. He's gonna leave to do something, and they're like, "No, don't go out there by yourself." And he just turns around and stares at them, and then he just walks out the door.
Yeah.
I'm like, "What? Okay, yeah, go die, bro."
He's like, I do what I want.
It just like they literally couldn't even think of a line to explain why he was leaving. He was just like,
Except
I have to
stare.
leave for suspense.
I have to leave for suspense.
For the plot.
Yeah, for plot. There's just so many things.
Six pack.
So many things like that. Six pack. You know, he must like to drink or something. I don't know. I don't know why they would name him that.
Well, it ain't because he's got a bunch of muscles. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a band called Rambler. They had a song called Main Muscle, and for like, I never heard it for a while, and I just thought about it, and I was like, why is this dude talking about his cock? And then I hear the song, and he's talking about his heart, and I was like, oh, never mind. I'm just an immature child. Song's fire, dude. Shout out Rambler. That was your cue, Josh. When you edit this video, cut into that song. My main muscle, let me tell you about my heart. My main muscle. It's good, dude. Catchy. He's got a mullet though. It's kind of weird. Whatever though, you know. Underwater stuff. Let's go.
Cool. I don't know where to go from there.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything to say?
Back underwater, Josh. That's where you go.
Yeah.
Did you ever notice when they were walking in them suits that they were just walking incredibly slow? Like I'm like, bro, like at least don't put that much of it in the movie. If they're gonna have to walk that slow, cut some of that shit out. It was driving me nuts.
Oh, that's one
And
of
the future tech in the movie kills me. Like everything looks like a giant copier machine. It's the suits, everything.
I mean, they're like just trying to make them as close to the alien suits as possible, I think, right? Like just with the big face shield so you can see their faces and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, every suit in any kind of space or water movie should basically look like that, I guess. But like, yeah, they definitely were like,
Yeah.
I've seen a movie I want to replicate. Let's try this.
Yeah, it's
For
really
5% the
Scott
money.
kind of like cornered the spacesuit look and
Yeah,
everybody-
and they
Forgot
look
about the
way
Go
more
ahead.
like spacesuits than they did.
That's
No.
a good point.
I mean, it looks nothing like you would actually wear underwater.
Oh, absolutely not. No, it's just like a big piece of glass. Like you're like on the ocean floor where the pressure would just like
You mean you wouldn't
crush
want
that suit.
glass bursting into your face and then pressure to just melt you? Like, come on, Josh.
I mean, I guess. It's pretty, I mean, it makes sense for movies so you can see people's faces, but
I want him to make a Ghostbusters movie, but underwater. That would be
yeah,
tight.
just because Ernie Hudson.
No. Do you guys remember the text you
Maybe.
sent? Like, I can't remember the affiliation with this movie and Blade Runner. There was like a
What?
snapshot one of you guys sent.
Oh
Who
yeah,
did-
yeah. The writer of this movie also wrote Blade Runner.
That's hilarious.
And what else?
A bunch of stuff, right?
There was a few things that were recognizable here. Let me pull it up. Oh, 12
I love
Monkeys.
Blade Runner.
Yo, come on, 12 monkeys.
Monkeys. Yeah.
Unforgiven.
Another amazing one.
Yeah, and I mentioned Soldier. Randy, have you ever seen Soldier with Kurt Russell? Where he's
I
like
don't think so.
it's a Paul W.S. Anderson
Huh?
special.
Looks like a Randy special.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
it called?
Soldier.
Wait, hold
Soldier.
on. You said Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
You've seen it, Randy.
I do think I've seen
Okay,
this. Hold
so
on.
this is one that I watched probably like 20 times as a kid.
Bro,
There's
I
a-
had the covered literally in my head. I looked down and went, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen this
he
movie."
gets he's like a super soldier, like grown from a child, and then he ends up getting dumped on a trash planet. And I forget what else happens, but
I gotta watch this tonight.
Bro, he's the wrong guy for that kind of movie.
I got a date with a soldier.
it's probably about on the same level as Leviathan. So, you know, if you enjoyed this experience, then keep it
Double
rolling.
header.
Yeah. Good double feature. That's kind of what I was thinking watching this. I was like, oh, Soldier would be a good double feature with this. It's like they're different movies, but
You should watch Soldier and Ghosts of Mars together.
oh,
But I
don't.
I just watched Total Recall too. So
Or that.
I watched Total Recall and then I watched something in between. But it might have had something in between, but it was
Yeah.
pretty much almost back to back. with Total
Chris, I
Recall.
have a question. Is that your first time watching Total Recall?
Yes, I've never seen Total Recall.
What?
Holy shit, bro.
Yeah,
Man,
Where have you been?
Not watching Three Titty Ladies.
Man, apparently
Oh.
not.
Dude, I loved
Yeah.
that movie as a kid. I feel so bad you missed out on it for
Talk
so
about
long until this
special
point.
effects, man. Like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely missed that, when it originally came out. I'd have been a little kid when it originally came out, but
one
That
of the
was one my
best,
dad definitely watched for sure.
man. That's a classic. Well, I mean,
What'd you
one
think?
of
it was
one
great.
of
Yeah, it's
yeah. Go
awesome.
ahead. Go. Yeah. Tell us
It's
about
awesome.
Total Recall.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of like nostalgia for it. I just having recently watched it, so I mean, but still, even then, I mean, it's Verhoeven, so it was
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, all the effects
Wait,
are
is it
great.
really? I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Verhoeven. It's the
Interesting.
he made it right after RoboCop. His next
Okay,
movie.
cool. I didn't realize that. Interesting.
Yeah, he was
Good
on a
stuff.
roll, man. He did RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct,
I watched that pretty recently, and
Basic
I watched
Instinct.
Fatal Attraction recently too.
Yeah. I
I'm into those movies right now for some reason. I'm like
I
super into them.
I so prefer Basic Instinct over Fatal Attraction.
Of course you do. I like Fatal Attraction better.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me because Basic Instinct is so much more.
Well, I like one part of that movie better, but I
Well,
like
okay,
Fatal Attraction as a movie better.
okay, all right.
Who's the is it the same dude in both movies?
Yeah, Michael Douglas is in both.
And then
Have you
Sharon
ever
Stone's the
seen
one that's in Basic Instinct, right?
Yeah,
I
have you ever
like
seen
her.
Slither, Josh? Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I like her better than
Slither?
Glenn Close, but like I like the other movie better, I think. I don't know why. Not by much. They're
see,
both pretty
I
good.
don't believe that anyone is throwing their life away for Glenn Close. Personally, I have a problem with that whole
That's
conceit
a very, very valid point to make, sir. Did you
because,
say
like,
something about Slither?
yeah,
I'm
what
trying
did
to
you
think. There's another Sharon Stone movie that was
Sliver?
like
Is it Sliver?
Oh, 'cause
maybe
Slither's awesome, but it ain't Sharon Stone.
No,
Sliver, yes.
Sliver. I don't think I've seen it, but I don't know
Sharon
that.
Stone and William Baldwin.
Dude,
Yeah.
she used to be real, real, real hot, man. Like she was very
It was a
pretty.
little more like wannabe trashy than Basic Instinct, like deliberately a little bit. But I remember
Oh,
when I was a kid, I was like,
Basic Instinct is like the ultimate of those like really pulpy, trashy erotic thrillers to me. Like
more kind of, yeah.
it's yeah, because I think Fatal Attraction is much more of a like good movie. It's like not nearly as pulpy as the other
That's a good
as
point.
Basic Instinct.
Yeah, it's definitely more tense.
Well, yeah, more
I think it's
tense, I
way more
guess.
tense, dude. It's because like he's doing stuff that you feel for the woman too, though, in that movie, man. And you're like, man, this is crazy that
Yeah,
she has no idea what this dirtbag's doing. Like, and then you see him being all slimy and trying to get away with it. And you're like, oh, you motherfucker. But you know,
yeah.
it's
I like in Basic Instinct that Michael Douglas is absolutely a maniac. He's just like a coke addict cop that he's like
Been forever since I've
the
seen it.
worst person. Uh,
I need to rewatch that one again.
we gotta finish this conversation because I don't think Chris has seen these movies.
no, I've actually thought about doing Basic Instinct
Wait,
in
you
the
haven't seen any of
podcast.
these movies, Chris?
Nope.
Fuck, dude. I must have watched a lot more movies than I realized.
Yeah.
So that rabbit hole just you
Oh,
didn't see
the
it over there.
90s. It was the
Yeah,
90s.
yeah, you weren't. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I just
But
I mean
We'll get into
I think I've explained it before, but I didn't really kind of get into movies till I was a little late in high school.
mm,
And I was either watching comedies or horror movies. So if it wasn't that, I wasn't watching it.
right.
No, I had all these movies watched because of my dad. This is the kind of shit
Yeah.
he liked. He liked sleazy erotic thrillers or war movies or westerns. So I got a lot of experience in that. Oh, martial arts. I got a lot of experience watching all that stuff. And then I liked the horror movies, and every now and then they would cross genres with them, and he'd be like, "All right, I'll watch this with you." I mean, I think my dad didn't really care for much. I don't remember him ever really being like super into a horror movie that I can remember. I'm sure there
Mm.
were some that he liked a lot, but I couldn't recall what they were. And he read a lot of books too, which I find interesting because like I don't remember him being that kind of person, but I know he had a
I think
vast collection of
I think
books.
people used to just read more back then though. Like
Yeah.
reading was just
That's a
a
good
way
point.
more part of the culture. Like, yeah, if you don't have your phone with you like
Right.
we do now. So if you're on on a bus or something, then you're just reading a book.
I used to read hella books on the metro, man. That's where I got all those Mickey Spillane books read, was on the bus.
Mm.
I used to read like one of those every day. I'd have to buy stacks of them at the bookstore, man. They were pretty small, not real big
Yeah,
books,
they're
but
like a 200 pages or less, right?
yeah, and it was like pocket-sized books. Dude, it was great. You get a whole story read in one day. It was awesome. I read The Outsiders, dude, probably 25 times riding the Metro bus, dude. I used to read that book so much. I had a couple copies that fell apart. They were, cheap used copies when I bought them, but
Mm. Yeah, good times.
hell yeah.
People used to read. We used to be a
Yeah, well,
country.
yeah, my mom still like reads like crazy.
I've got a book that I'm trying to read right
I was
now.
like,
It's tough.
it was like my mom read, and my dad wasn't into movies at all. So I was never really exposed to a lot of stuff until like I got like friends in high school that were into stuff.
Dude, my mom wasn't into any of this stuff. I don't know how I got so interested. I guess it was my dad into movies, and then I think music was just an escape for me personally. It was like my own thing because nobody else in my house cared about music like I did, so it was mine.
Yeah.
Like I was the one person that like cherished my albums and like I wanted it for holidays and birthdays. Like that's what I wanted was music, and uh, nobody else really cared about it like I did.
Yeah, I was definitely more
Skateboarded a
into
lot too.
I was definitely more into music too than I was movies for a long time.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, man, I miss my dad. Wish I could go watch movies with him.
Dad was definitely a big part of my movie watching. Uh, that's where I get all the westerns and war movies and stuff from too. But you were mentioning the collection, and my grandfather, who I just went to see in Utah, he was the movie guy.
So
Has a basement with thousands of movies. I remember
that's cool.
all the
You got to
time,
see
like
his basement.
yeah, yeah. It's been a while. I was happy to see him, but yeah, I definitely
That's
where I got
awesome.
the movie bug. He was the guy that every Tuesday when the movies came out, he would just go buy whatever came out.
That's
Just he
awesome.
bought just everything for a long time. So,
You
Does he
remember
still have all that
whenever
shit?
hmm?
Does he still have all that?
I think most of it's in boxes now, so I didn't see it this time. But and then I remember one of the last times I was there. It's been years back, but he bought one of those giant DVD changers. I don't know if you ever saw those. There was
no.
like these huge. They look like a audio receiver or something, but you put all your DVDs in
It's
them.
like a giant spindle
Like
of
Yeah.
100.
yeah.
So
Oh,
then
I've
you
seen those
just
for CDs, but not
yeah, then
not
it just comes
movies.
up on the screen and you type in the name of each DVD and then
Wow,
you can just choose which one you want. You never have to put in a DVD. It'll
that's kind of crazy.
turn it and put it in and just play it for you. Yeah, he had like five of those things and they held like 300 each or
That's
Wow.
something.
awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, good times. And then he bought me one for Christmas one year. It was
Dude, you know what I
one
just
of those.
remembered my dad doing? As I'm trying to think of cool shit that he did. He didn't do a lot of cool stuff, honestly, but like I remember one night it was real late and our VCR broke and my dad was so pissed off, but it was like almost midnight and he packed us up in the car and went to Walmart and bought a new one because he was like, "Nah, fuck this. I rented these movies." And I was like, "I don't know, the store was late, dude." I was like, "Fuck." And he's like, "I can't leave you at home. Get in the car." I was like, "God damn it." And like he drove me and my sister to the Walmart like in the middle of the night, dude. Like I don't know how late it actually was, but it had to be like at least 11 o'clock. It was late, dude. Like we
Right.
were on like our third movie and it just like started acting funny. And then you know how they used to do tracking? It just did that, but it kept going over and over and over. And then it like chewed up a blockbuster tape. I remember him getting mad about that. They had to pay for
Yeah.
tape. But dude, that's just the way life was back then, man. You had to pay for tape every now and then.
Yeah.
Walmart was open late too.
Dude, I miss that
Yeah.
shit, bro. The world is a weird place when Walmart's closed at like 11 p.m. That's strange.
Yeah. I
I
used
used to
to
have a
love.
there's like a whole different culture of people that go to Walmart past midnight.
Oh yeah, going to Walmart after midnight was like an event.
Yeah, dude.
Remember the People of Walmart
Yeah.
website? Did you see all the
Hell
pictures?
yeah.
All the weirdos.
Dude,
Like all these pictures are past midnight. These is when these people come out.
Absolutely, dude. I went into a Walmart late at night once, barefoot, no shirt on, completely covered in my own blood, and got the police called on us because me and my friends got jumped. We put up a good fight, but there was a lot of them dudes, and there wasn't many of us. But we went into Walmart because it was the first place that was open that we knew had a bathroom. We just wanted to watch. Dude, it had shit, blood all over. My friend David had it like caked in his hair, like my nose. It was rough, dude. But we walked in, we weren't really thinking much about it, man. We were just like, well, if you go in right to your right hand side is the bathroom. So we just walked in the door, but we weren't even wearing tennis shoes or shirts. And this lady just goes, "Oh my God!" and then I was just like, huh? And then I look at David and I'm like, oh, we look fucking insane. Like we look like a horror movie.
Right.
And we washed up and then we got outside and there was a cop waiting for us by our car and Jeremy was in the car, my friend James was in the car, and then I want to say our sister Mandy was in the car, and they were the ones that didn't really get into the fight because they were kind of scared when it started going down. I jumped out of the car to protect my buddy, and it was a lot, man. It was wild. Jeremy had a broken arm, so he couldn't really do a lot. But yeah, we got the shit beat out of us. It was terrifying, dude. There was like 10 of these guys beating the shit out of us, man, at a corner store. Good stuff, dude. Let's go Northwest
Wow.
Houston.
On down memory lane there,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
This whole episode is memory lane.
So,
Yeah.
Leviathan,
dude.
huh?
I don't know. I've had a weird week. I'm just getting. I haven't been able to sit and do anything except work, 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 work. I'm like decompressing right now, live on screen,
Yeah.
in real time, folks.
Good.
We're good.
I enjoy hearing that stuff, man. It's nostalgic for me. I was sitting here while you were thinking about while you were talking. I was like, man, I remember that stuff. Like thoughts of my old man and my buddies and stuff. It's cool. It's good stuff,
Dude,
man.
Good
that guy
stuff.
David was fun, man. We had a Ford Taurus station wagon, but that had no back window, so we could just throw our skateboards in the back of it and just fucking ride off. We would go and like scrounge up enough money to get to Galveston and have no idea how we were getting home, and we ended up sleeping in the car for a couple of days till we spanged up enough money to get gas. Yeah, dude. Fucking breaking into cars and stealing change and shit, dude. Like just wild behavior, going out and like trying to meet girls at the beach, and they didn't know where you were from, where you live. So you just act like, I live over there. They're like, oh shit, no shit, huh? Go find a party, just walk in and start drinking beers and shit. Like, got a bunch of fights doing that shit too. We used to just drive around Jersey Village, bro, and just like crash parties, dude. That's just what we did. We
Mm.
go in there and be like, make sure you got a knife on you, bro. All right, bet. We go to the party. Most of the time, nobody even knew. And people would be like, hey, who are these guys? We'd be like, oh, look. And Brad told me I could come hang out. Like, oh, shit, okay, cool. Like, if you weren't doing nothing
Yeah, you
stupid, you were
could.
just hanging out having a drink or something, people didn't even notice most of the
Yeah,
time.
you could sneak into something like that.
Oh, dude, often. Lots of free party favors. It was good stuff. Good times. Good times.
Good times. Clay, your week, right? Your pick this week?
Well, since we had the conversation the other day that I couldn't pick anything too crazy. No, I'm kidding.
Not what I said.
Oh man, I'm gonna pick Excalibur. We're gonna veer on the
Okay,
Wait,
good
which
path.
one?
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Excalibur,
Yeah, which one?
I've seen the
the
like
80s
80s.
one?
1984 or something
Oh,
like that.
shit.
Let's-
All right.
81.
81.
You made my
Realize
wife's
that-
night with this pick, but I'm not too thrilled about it.
Okay. I've actually never seen it. It's been on my
Excalibur's
list for a
good.
while though. Yeah, I think
I like
I'm
it.
gonna like it.
1981. Yeah.
It's John Borman, I think. Yeah.
I've used up all my freaking like posi points on freaking PTA movies, sir. So this one's gonna be a rough conversation.
Well, let's
Discuss that.
let's talk about it because you finished Magnolia, right?
Bro, I've watched like 4 of his movies and I am disappointed in myself, dude.
Holy shit. Okay,
I have
let's
sold myself out, dude. I am
Um,
a fucking poser now.
okay, so
uh,
what else have you watched?
Dude, I watched There Will Be Blood. I watched Heart 8. I watched Magnolia.
Yeah.
So maybe what else? Did I start something else? Hold on. Let me look. It might just be those 3. But I watched
Okay.
all of those.
But you finished all of those.
All of them, finished them. Heart 8 was one I kind of liked already, anyways.
Yeah.
But it
I
was the
figured.
shortest of the 3.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Well,
I'll say this. While
A
I
true
don't
cinephile
feel,
now.
I refuse, sir. While I don't feel quite as I won't say the same words that QT said, but man, Paul Dano is awful, bro. I hate that guy. I don't like his face, and he almost ruined that movie for me. I was like, and then I was mad because I was like trying not to think about it, which made me think about it more. But I don't like the dude. I didn't like him anyways. I haven't liked him before that Tarantino thing came out. But like,
uh-huh.
it kind of made it hard for me to focus on anything but that when he came on screen because I just can't stand the guy. And maybe it's a credit to his acting, maybe because his character's pretty awful. But
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of his anyways. There's not much that he's done that I like. So
Okay.
His face
Alright.
bothers me too.
good.
I definitely wouldn't go as hard as Quentin Tarantino went in on him. I think he's a great actor, but his face kind of bugs me too.
Yeah, he drives me nuts, man. I hate him. That's
Well, I
not.
mean,
But yeah,
There's
he's
a
not-
reason he got pigeonholed into like kind of creepy guys for a while,
Yeah.
especially after There Will Be Blood. That's kind of his like big breakout role, I think. Like like he was doing stuff in Prisoners, and he's like the
Prisoners.
creepy guy, and like
Yeah.
he did a lot of that sort of stuff.
He
But
looks like an incel, so
Yeah.
they put him in those kind of roles.
okay,
Wasn't he like the bad guy in Batman? Wasn't he? I can't remember
yes,
Yeah.
what his
yeah,
character
he was
was.
Riddler.
Riddler.
Yeah,
Ugh.
he's great at
And the
that.
new one.
He was really good in that. Was he not, Randy?
I mean, I'm not saying that he wasn't a good actor in any of these roles either. I'm just saying I don't like him.
Okay, I mean,
The Riddler, I'm trying. I need to rewatch that. It's been a long time, so I don't have much of a
I,
comment on the Riddler, other than I remember being a little surprised that he was the guy that was playing the role. But
oh,
that was the
okay.
extent of it. I wasn't like mad about it or anything. I was just a little surprised it was him. But then they had who played they had old buddy play the Scarecrow in was it Scarecrow?
Yeah. Um,
That's a
28
different.
Days Later guy.
Yes, that guy. He played. I think it was Scarecrow, right?
Well, that's in
No,
Batman Begins.
Yeah,
different
yeah. I'm
Batman.
just saying,
Different Batman.
my point wasn't that it was the same like
You're just
film crew or
bouncing
anything.
around to like totally different movies from like a decade earlier. I'm like
True,
not sure where
true.
you're
I was
going.
thinking of Batman villains that I was surprised by the actors. My point, and
Oh,
that was
okay.
also,
I
and I
got
love that movie. You know what I'm saying? So my point was just that was another odd casting choice to me as a
Mhm.
villain in a Batman movie. So the Paul Dano thing, I was like, oh, that's that guy. That's interesting. I mean, he did fine in Batman. Batman's a good movie,
Okay,
but
beyond your problems with Paul Dano, how do you feel about There Will Be Blood now?
like I don't think I'm ever gonna think that it's as good as a movie as you think it is.
That's fine. I don't
But
expect that.
I think the only thing that I try to latch onto something that I can really appreciate about it, right? And what I liked about it was Daniel Day-Lewis. Honestly, he kind of reminded me of my dad. It's a recurring theme in this episode, but like
Mm.
just like I don't know. It was I was drawn into that dude's journey, and I
Right.
hated him,
Yeah.
but I was
Yeah.
infatuated with what he was going through, and I was like, this guy sucks. And I'm like, just what a terrible person, but I couldn't quit watching it. I don't know. It was weird, man. I found that movie just horrendously boring the first couple times I watched it, and I didn't get bored at all this time. So I was like perplexed. Like, do I pause it like 3 times to just sit and stare at the wall and be like, the fuck is going on right now? Like,
Yeah. Staring at
dude,
yourself in the mirror like
dude, when I watched Magnolia, I was fucking angry that I liked it. I was like, this is
you liked
bullshit.
it. You wouldn't even admit that earlier.
Yeah, bro, straight up. Dude, I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, I don't like this shit. Tom Cruise can fuck off. That's my guy. But that hair and that vest bother me. But like, they're supposed to. But like,
Right.
yeah, dude, like I fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, man. He fucking switched the switch in my brain, I guess. Dude, fucking like I'm like perplexed by this. Like I kind of want to just wait a year, rewatch these, and see if I still enjoy them. But I feel like that one battle after another, like literally just changed something.
I feel like it unlocked like
Yeah.
what Paul Thomas Anderson is actually doing, or at least in a way that you can
I'm not sure that I'm gonna
engage
care
with it.
much for Licorice Pizza, but I will try it again. The Master, I probably will just skip. I probably won't watch Phantom Thread. Are those both his movies?
Yes.
I'm just looking on Google.
I don't do Inherent Vice. You're just
No, I hate that movie.
you're just gonna get mad.
Yeah, I really don't like it because I watched part of it, like half of it maybe, and it confused me because I like Joaquin Phoenix. So I watched
Yeah.
like a good chunk of it, and I was like, I don't know what's going on in this movie. And I tried to read the book and couldn't get through it, so I was like, all right, that's just not for me. But I want to watch.
I think you'll like Licorice Pizza.
I'm gonna revisit that one. I want to do Punch Drunk Love because I like Adam Sandler, and I remember at least liking that movie a little bit. But I didn't know anything about Paul Thomas Anderson or anything like that when I
Yeah.
first watched it. So I didn't watch it because of those reasons. I just watched it because it was Adam Sandler and it was a drama, and I was told you're not gonna believe what he does in this movie. It's like completely like against the grain of what he normally does.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, as
Rewatch
much as
my
I don't
video
really
on
want
it.
to eat the crow, I just will have to have the egg on my face, bro. It's interesting journey I've been on in the last couple of weeks because I definitely thought I was gonna watch There Will Be Blood and still not like it. I was like, I'm gonna watch it,
I thought so too.
and I was like, I'm gonna hate this movie still, and then I watched it, and like, dude, so like the second half of it, I had to watch on my phone, which was not. I'd need to
That's
rewatch the second half on a fucking bigger screen,
that's a
but
shame, yeah.
yeah, but I was like, because the reason that I chose to do it is because most of what I was paying attention to, anyways, was the dialogue. Like, I was more wrapped up in that. But I would like to watch some of it again on a bigger screen. But I remember when it was done, I was driving home from somewhere and I had it on my in my car, just listening to like the last maybe like 20 minutes of it or whatever, right? I was just trying to get, and so I had to watch the very last of it again when I could sit down and watch it. But when I got to the house, I sat in the car with the with the credits rolling, and I was just staring at my front door, and I was like, I don't want to tell them that I watched this. I was like really fighting with myself about it, dude. I was like, man, I fucking hate this movie. Why am I
Yeah.
enjoying it? I was like,
Well, I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis is really incredible in that movie.
Yeah.
Is he not?
yeah, he's a weird dude, man. That guy's a weird guy in like
Oh,
real life though.
Very
Like
weird.
he's a weird cat.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Acting is a weird thing to do with your
I
life. I mean,
I think I'm at a completely different point in my life too, though. Like me, like when I first watched this movie, I was not where I'm at now.
mhm.
Professionally, I wasn't at the same age, obviously, so I don't think I had any reason to like that movie. I didn't have any connection to it. I think now I've got a much larger connection to that movie and everything that happens in it. Like I got really upset because I had forgotten about the thing happening to the boy. I forgot all about that part, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, when it happened, it fucked me up, dude. I was like, oh no. And I was like, please, I was like trying to remember what happened. I couldn't remember. And I was like, oh, tell me he didn't die. I was like, oh my God. And I could not remember. It really bothered me. And then when when it all happens, I was like, okay, that's terrible, but it's not as bad as it could be. And then I started remembering things I was like, oh yeah, that's right. This and then this and then this
Right.
and then,
It's a downslide. Like the boy, like he's using him as a tool to like for his like sales pitches and
oh
things like
yeah,
that. Like it makes him more relatable to people. So he's a family man, you know. But he's using him as a tool. But he is like his one tie to humanity
yeah.
for
You can
most
see
of the
when he's,
movie. And as soon as he leaves,
oh,
you know,
dude, the train scene.
yeah,
I was that angered me. I got
yeah,
really upset. I
and
forgot all about that shit.
and then there's to tie into my last statement, the when his brother shows up and like kind of like takes over like the he fills in the space for his son for a while
Yeah,
and then he finds out that he's a fraud and he ends up murdering him. That I think is like that is his like severing with all human beings. Like at that point he already tells him like I hate people, I hate it,
dude, it
like
was
he are but once he murders that guy, he literally like he becomes the devil,
very
essentially.
very
Yeah.
nihilistic, man. And I will say that as much as I don't care for Paul Dano, I felt some kind of way when that poor dude was begging him in that house in that bowling
Mhm.
alley, and he was like, "We're friends." I'm like, "What are you talking about, bro? Do you not pay any attention to this guy? You aren't
Yeah.
his friend. You know?"
I think that speaks to how desperate he really is in that moment to come
Dream.
back to that guy and beg him for money. And he thinks he has some kind of leverage because he still has
And the guy's like, "You're a
oil
fucking idiot."
on his land. Yeah, but
If I have a milkshake over here, I was like, God damn it. And the whole time I knew it was coming, and I was like, I don't want to hear this dude say it. And then he said it, and I was like, okay, it was kind of satisfying.
oh,
But
it's
like
very it's super satisfying.
when he hits him
But
with that bowling pin, though, I was like, kind of wishing they had been a little more gratuitous with the violence. Like I wanted to see like more of it. And then they show like a little bit of it, and I was like, that's not quite enough. Like I watched too many like really disgusting horror movies.
Yeah,
But
because it goes pretty hard
you
for
can see the blood all across the
yeah,
alley,
but I need to
but
see like
it's not
the brains,
splatter
yeah,
skull
it's definitely
splattering and
not
like the I need it to
cracking the
look like a
skull open.
Terrifier scene.
terrifying.
I'll say this, out of the two movies, I'm very surprised saying this, but I enjoyed Magnolia enough to where I'm probably gonna end up buying a copy of that movie because
Okay.
I think like I watched that with I don't want to say this shit too loud because I don't want
Mm,
to watching it
yeah.
with her was tough.
Yeah.
I could see, you know how when you watch a movie with somebody, if you pay attention to them a little bit, you can kind of see what's going on in their face. She's got, she wears glasses, so I can see the reflection of her eyes in her glasses. I've done this for years. I can look over and just kind of see what she's feeling. And I just kept seeing like just wells of, and then I would just catch her do like, real fast, like trying to keep
Hmm.
her composure. And I don't know what she was thinking, but I'm certain it was not pleasant. But
that's a tough movie, especially for what she's been through
it
so
didn't even occur to me until you even
recently.
mentioned it that that's what was bothering her. Like honestly, because I'm
Yeah.
fucking stupid and
Well, it is a movie about fathers and sons,
yeah.
that's what it's all about.
The
Like
frog thing annoyed me less this time. I remember the first time I watched it, the frog thing made me so angry
I
because I
figured
just
that
thought it
would throw
was
you off, but
I was just like I thought it was preposterous. And then this time I kind of knew it was coming, and so I was able to like accept that it was fixing to happen. And then and then she was so bewildered by it that I started laughing, and I couldn't quit giggling, dude, because she was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I was like, I
I
was
know
dying, bro.
what's funny is I know y'all watched that movie together before.
Did we really?
Yeah, because I remember when we talked about it on the podcast way back 2020 when we
That's a
first
long
started
time
the
ago.
podcast. I remember you guys watch it. You told me that you watched it with her, and
Oh man, I wonder. Maybe she doesn't remember that things. I
you
don't remember
probably
her
forgot
watching it
it
with me.
too. Yeah,
But
but
dude, I was cracking up, bro. I was laughing so hard watching her giggle and shit, dude. Like, but then somebody, I don't remember who it was. I was watching like an interview, and they said something about like, I guess because I watched that, now all my algorithm is all this Paul Thomas Anderson shit, dude.
you're
Bro,
well. You've
yeah,
been
man.
watching so much one battle after another
Yeah,
stuff
bro, I've watched
too. So
hell. Dude, that is like my favorite movie of like the past 6, 7 years for sure. Like outside of horror movies, like I'm gonna watch that movie a lot. I'm probably gonna burn myself out on it, honestly. But like somebody was talking about how the frogs there. Oh, what's his name? The curly haired cat that was also in Heart Eight. Uh,
oh, John C. Riley.
John C. Riley. He was like, somebody asked him about the frogs and what's up with the frogs, and he goes, well, he goes, well, it's simple. It makes about as much sense to you as your father getting cancer. And I was
Yeah,
like, he goes, so it's like that's why it's there because it doesn't make any sense, and neither does your parent losing a parent, and neither does going through
right.
hard times. And he's like, we go through life, and these things happen, and none of it makes any sense. So the frogs rain in, and he goes, it actually has happened before. And he explains some guy that went through that like in the 50s or something, uh, and he's like, dude, can you hear this fucking dog?
I can hear him snoring.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to talk over him, and
it's okay. It's not a
bro.
big. It's funny. It was in the last video a little bit too. Just dick out,
Just
ridiculous.
look at his old hand shaking, dreaming. Oh man,
That's hilarious.
this is gonna be me for the rest of the show, fellas. Uh,
Well,
but
we're gonna
like,
wrap up in a second, but yeah,
yeah, I
let's.
figured as much. But yeah, man, it's an interesting little journey I'm on, dude. Like going after some PTA stuff. Like I am genuinely surprised that I like it, and I am honestly I like it.
I'm
So
pretty surprised myself. Randy, I would suggest rewatch the video I did about Punch Drunk Love.
okay,
Because
the
I
one that
talk
you
about,
made like just about the movie for your channel.
yeah,
Okay,
it's like 8 9 minutes long.
oh that's
Because
pretty short.
it talks about I talk about Magnolia a little bit because it was the thing he made right before,
Okay,
and then yeah, just watch that before you rewatch Punch Drunk Love. I
yeah, for
think
sure.
it'll
I'm
help you appreciate it more.
It's interesting, like changing my mind. This is how I feel about music too, though. And like people are perplexed by me because they're like, "How can you like hate something for so long and then change your mind?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't dwell on it much, man. I think it's funny that I like these movies all of a sudden. It's so ridiculous. I'm very polar. I either like something a lot or I really fucking hate it. I don't have a lot of like middle ground where I'm like, meh, it's okay. Like I don't. That
Hmm.
doesn't. I mean, I have to like actively try to grade movies at like a 3.5 or 4. I usually go like 4.5 or 1. Like it's just how my brain works.
Yeah,
And with music, it's I've been doing it a lot. People get super pissed when I don't like a band, and then like 10 years will go by, and I'll be like, oh yeah, it's pretty good now. How that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, I don't know, man. You ever wake up and like some food you didn't like? I mean, that's happened to me plenty of times.
I think we've
It's a
all
pretty normal thing, I think.
yeah. Sometimes we just
Maybe it's because I'm a public figure to a degree, quote unquote, and I'm like on a YouTube channel, so I'm like publicly going through these journeys. But
for
you know,
sure when you've
Yeah, people
made statements about things and you switch your stances, it's a little
people
yeah.
expect you said this one time. It's like official on record. You can't
Right? That's what
take
it
it
is. It's
back.
so strange. They're like, you said this in 1997. You didn't care for this. I'm like, yeah, I was 15. I hated everything in 1997. Like,
it's cool when you can unlock something and like something new though.
oh,
That's
I
awesome.
dreaded
That's
having to tell
definitely
you guys.
happened.
I was like, oh, shit. I was like, I need to be hard-nosed about this. Carissa was literally like laughing at me. She's like, oh, you're watching this again, huh? I'm like, yeah. She's like, that's funny.
Watch that Punch Drunk Love with Carissa too. It's a 90-minute
Good date night
love
movie?
story. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I
Yeah.
actually I was rewatching some of his movies recently, and I convinced Tori to watch it with me because she had seen part of it before, and she's like, I don't like that movie. It's quirky or it's too weird or something like that. And I convinced her to watch it, and she was like, oh, I actually really like that. I'm like, thank you. You just had to watch it. Uh, but I
Clay,
think
what's your opinion on this dude's movies? Are you into them? I can't remember.
I mean, they're okay, man. I'm not going out of my way to watch them.
Yeah,
I don't really like. I love Punch Drunk Love, and I bought it, and it's been sitting on a shelf for 3 months. I haven't watched it yet again. So I mean, I like them. I just have to be in a certain mood, and it's definitely
yeah,
the quirky mood, and it's But I think that he's, especially with one battle after another, he's obviously coming into some type of you know, his own message that seems like it's got a lot of value to a lot of people. He makes interesting stuff. I mean, obviously Magnolia is amazing. Uh, there Will Be Blood is on it, like a lot of lists, all time #1 movie of all time and stuff. So I
yeah.
mean, it's obviously a genius, but
I wish they were a little
sometimes that's
shorter, but I don't know what you could cut out of them.
too deep. Yeah,
Yeah. I
But that
like the shagginess of them. I think that's one of the things that make them so unique because he he puts these extra the devil in the detail things that you don't get in other movies. That's what makes them
for sure.
stick out. But I
I'm
understand they are a lot of them are very long.
contemplating rewatching Boogie Nights too, but I know I like that movie all right. I've seen it a couple times. It's pretty good. But I
Yeah.
like John C. Riley a lot, and I think having people that I connect with in these movies is going to make it easier for me to start enjoying them because I like him a lot, and he's in a fair amount of his movies. He's in at least three, right? Something like
Yeah,
that.
he's only in the first three.
Oh, it's the first three? Okay, I like him a
After
lot.
Magnolia, he's
And
actually the John C. Riley's been doing interviews recently or something because he's talked about him a little bit, and he was like, "Yeah, I told him after Magnolia, like you can't just hire me every time just because I'm your friend," and then he never hired me again.
dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's
But
I'm
that's
gonna
cool, man.
I'm gonna watch The Master pretty soon, I think.
What is that?
that's
Uh,
the
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
yeah,
I like
and
him a
Joaquin
lot.
Phoenix.
Man, he is a
That
gr-
is
man. What a sad loss that was for the movie world.
yeah, that's to me that's his best performance.
Okay.
I know that's a bold statement, but
I go with Along Came Polly personally, but whatever.
yeah, sure. Yeah, The
All right.
Master is one that I love, and but the first time I watched it, I was like, "Huh, I don't know what that was." So
Huh.
it's a little,
What's it about?
so it's sort of a riff on Scientology. It's not, it's not, you know, PTA never makes like biographies or like movies. He never makes like a movie about a real person, but he'll always
Okay.
pull something from reality and kind of make his own version of it. So it's about an L. Ron Hubbard type, and Philip Seymour
Okay.
Hoffman is playing like sort of an L. Ron Hubbard type.
Oh, so that's Philip Seymour Hoffman's
Yeah,
role.
and Joaquin Phoenix, he's a like a soldier coming back from World War II, and he's sort of just this like really kind of lost guy who gets ingratiated into this cult basically,
Okay.
and kind of gets swept up in it. It's a very esoteric movie. Like it's can be unpenetrable a little
Dude,
bit,
Played it like
but
it.
in a great way.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that movie.
I know we're probably trying to wrap up, but I wanted to say one more thing about Magnolia that I thought was it made me like laugh just for no reason is that there was a bunch of people with three names in that movie. Like dude, Philip Seymour Hoffman, John C. Riley, Philip Baker Hall, William H. Macy. I was like, good grief. Like it kind of bothered me. But
every
yeah,
every
it's Michael.
character actor.
dude, William H. Macy's character in that movie was tragic, man. He made me really sad.
Mm.
And then Julianne Moore, that might be the prettiest she's ever looked to me. I was like, why is she so hot in this movie? I don't remember her
Yeah,
being
like
that good looking.
I like
She's
her a lot in that.
she's
Oh, John.
incredibly attractive. Like I was a little surprised.
Don
Do
John.
what?
Don John.
Don John.
Oh,
Don
done.
John.
Oh, I forgot
Julianne
about
Moore.
that. No, you're probably right. I need to watch that. That's what I
Uh,
need to go
She
watch.
can get it.
Clay loves Don John so much.
Yeah, she's like 107 years old. That still hit it.
Bro, she's incredibly
She's still good
interesting
looking
looking. Yeah.
now. Yeah.
She's a very pretty lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what's your favorite do you have a favorite noir movie, Josh? I'm still in a super noir movie right now. Mood right now, excuse me.
One of my, like you're talking about classic noirs.
Yeah, I'm in the mood for like some old, it's like black and white, box ratio. Like I want to watch something old, dude. I've
Touch of Evil. Try Touch
Ooh,
of
that's
Evil.
actually on my list. Okay, cool.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah. It's
Dude,
got the opening sequence is like one of the all-time great like one take shots. It's like eight
Oh,
minutes
cool.
long or something. Uh yeah, it's known to be like one of the all-time greats. It's a fantastic movie.
I watched The Maltese Falcon a few weeks ago and it's just been stuck in my head. That movie is like I had forgot how good it was. It's like a perfect film. Like I love that movie.
I
Like it's
want
so good.
John Huston directed that. Like if you want to find some other good stuff, like John Huston made some great
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've
noir
been in a
stuff.
weird mood lately. I think I kind of burned myself out on horror for like a little while. I'm still watching some of it, but not as much as I was. I'll get back into it probably in another month or two, but I needed to take a little break from all the blood and guts.
That's cool, man. I
It's lame. I need to get back into my horror movies.
I watched Son of Sam. I did want to mention that real quick. I know we've been trying to wrap up for 20
Hell
minutes,
yeah.
but
Son of Sam is
or Summer of Sam is the
yeah.
movie. Yeah. That surprisingly good, I thought. I really enjoyed that. I It had been on my list as like a potential uh pick for the show, but
Okay.
I was like, oh, it's Spike Lee and it's a little bit long. I was like, I've never seen it, so I don't know if it's a good pick. So I was like, let me watch it. And I wasn't sure if you had seen it before. I thought it was really good. It probably isn't like a great pick for the podcast, but and part of it was because it had the punk stuff, so I thought that might connect to you a little bit.
I definitely watched it because of that when I was younger.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I find that I like very interesting actors, and I have like a weird list of guys I like. I'm super into Shia LaBeouf stuff. I love that guy. I like Ed Harris for some reason. Anything he's in, I want to watch it. John Leguizamo, I think, is criminally underrated, and he's not like some
Yeah.
great, amazing actor, but he always is fun and interesting, and he's got a pretty wide range for a guy that gets character acted. Like he's
He's
like
really good in this movie.
yeah. I
Really
watched
good.
Drive recently, and he's in that too a little bit, and I was like, man, I forgot about John Leguizamo was rad. Sorry.
He always pops up in like he's like pops up in the John Wick movies for
Hell yeah.
2 minutes or something. And like, hell yeah, John Leguizamo, cool. But yeah, he's like the main actor in this movie, and he was really good. Um, yeah, that's one of my favorite Spike Lee movies. I watched that, I was like, man, that was
I don't
really
know what my favorite Spike Lee movie would be because I don't know his
we
filmography off
did.
the top of my head, but it probably would be something like that. But John Leguizamo, man, The Pest and Violator from the Spawn movie, his two best roles.
Okay,
Have you ever seen No, you haven't seen that. Never mind.
I've
absolutely,
seen Spawn.
absolutely not.
Spawn is so dope. I love that movie. I still love that movie right now. I'll watch it right now. Give me a 4K. I'll buy a steelbook of Spawn.
Might have
Yes.
one. Does it? I
Dude,
don't know.
Spawn, that OG Spawn movie it's another movie that I think people get way too much hate on that movie. It's awesome.
I hadn't seen it in a long time.
It's dude, if you like, I don't see how you could possibly like stuff like Blade and be like Spawn sucks. Like I don't, what? Stop.
All right,
Anyways,
Clay, nothing to contribute on Spawn. Or the rest of the conversation. It's fine. We're good.
Really, John Leguizamo's cool. I can't remember. There's like his face popped into my head. There was kind of like a post-apocalyptic movie. No, it had like ice tea in it or something, and they were doing like
All
home
right.
invasions or something.
wait, is
I
this
don't know.
the where he's like a homeless guy getting chased by hunted by people?
Yeah, I
Surviving the
think
game.
so. Yeah, that was a pretty wild movie. So like, he's cool. Spawn, I can give a shit about, but
I'm so proud of
I've
myself
never
for being
seen
able
that.
to pick that one up and recall it. I have a very
Oh yeah, I've never
key
seen
core
that either.
memory attached to that movie though. The first time I ever smoked really, really good weed, my friends and I, they didn't tell me how good the weed was, and I smoked, and I'm not a weed guy, and so
Mhm.
like I smoked his weed, I fell into a couch for a while, and then they put on that movie on VHS, and I just remember sitting there watching it, and Ice-T's this homeless guy, But in the movie, he's wearing like a Rolex, and I remember I was like, I just jumped up and was like, "Why the fuck has he got a Rolex on?" And that's all I said for like 2 hours. So everybody started laughing at me and shit.
I've heard this story before.
Yeah, dude. Like, but so that movie is like one that you started talking about Ice-T, and I'm like, oh shit, I know what this is. I know what he's talking about. Hell yeah.
Nice.
He had a
All right.
couple wild ones come out.
All right, we'll wrap it up. Excalibur next week. Sweet.
My wife's gonna be so stoked to watch that.
Me too.
At least somebody is.
Later, guys.